Hi, Norman Hallett here with your next 4-minute drill for traders. Last week we talked about the possibility of investing in disruptive technologies with the speculative part of our portfolios. Disruptive technologies are game-changing technologies like smartphones were, and even the internet when it was in its infancy and people said that it would never catch on. As I mentioned in the last drill, you've got to try to catch these disruptive technologies in the deceptive phase, where the idea is flying under the radar and there are a lot of critics saying that it's never going to happen. And remember, a deceptive technology or concept moves into the disruptive phase when user interfaces are created, when the tech can be applied. Let me give you two specific areas that I've placed a few dollars behind. The first is in the 3D bioprinting field with a stock called Organovo, symbol ONVO. This stock has no earnings, so there are plenty of detractors. So why does it have a $600 million capitalization? Well, they're working on a disruptive technology, the printing of bioidentical cells. 10 or 20 years from now, if you're in a hospital needing a kidney, your doctor will be able to draw some blood, map your genome, and print you out a bioidentical kidney within about an hour and replace your bad kidney with a new one. And no rejection because it's built on your own gene structure. Now, does that sound far out? Well, earlier this year, Organovo successfully printed out liver cells, which stayed alive for 40 days. Previous to that, it was only 40 seconds. Now, to me, that's progress, the kind of progress that can move a company from deceptive to disruptive, so I went for it. It's a long-term hold, and I know it's not for everybody, and I'm just watching the action, and there is considerable action. In the last year alone, the stock has been at $4 and at 13. Today it's trading around 7, so there's a lot of action. Now, many think that the legalization of marijuana is a disruptive concept. Legalization certainly allows for an easier user interface, so how do you find a stock that's a pure play, say, in marijuana? You can be sure that big tobacco is getting involved, but those are big companies with other various interests. Well, I've been looking at a company called Medbox, symbol MDBX. The stock is trading around $17 and is a company that dispenses medication through vending machines. I see Medbox as a support stock for the whole marijuana legalization movement. When pot was legalized in Washington and Colorado, this stock jumped to $50 overnight. Now it's, of course, settled down since then, but it can be sensitive to marijuana news. These disruptive stocks are super risky, and I'm not recommending that you just go out and buy them. Do your own homework and make your own moves. But we as speculators always seem to have one eye on explosive situations. I've just given you two possibilities. Do you have any others to share, or others that you've been looking at that you can tell us about? Now, when you comment below, please include the fact you think will move or has moved that technology or idea from deceptive to disruptive, because it's this transition that makes it investment worthy. Now, last week, Richard Waldron commented that INO, Inovio Pharmaceuticals, is working on a breakout cancer drug. In a stock like this, I look for a quantum leap in clinical trials to demonstrate deceptive to disruptive. Do you agree with that? Take a moment. Share your ideas. Okay, that's it for this edition of 4-Minute Drill for Traders. So, until next week, remember to stay disciplined.